It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news where I am continues to update the fire which occurred this past Friday afternoon. They report it was an isolated fire which was quickly contained thanks to the swift action of internal emergency response teams and local firefighters. Good news is that no one was injured, and the company says it's conducting a thorough investigation into the events which caused the fire. While the plant's C-line operations have resumed, the A and B lines will remain offline for repairs with the target date the week of October 28th. Majority of the repairs will be focused on instrumentation and electrical cabling systems in the isolated area of the fire. The company is working closely with affected customers to address potential impacts during the outage. While the company continues to assess the financial cost of the incident, the impact, they state, is currently expected to be in the range of $15 to $20 million, subject to any potential insurance recovery. The company will provide further updates on its third quarter earnings call in early November. Once again, that's the update from where I am after Friday's fire, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. First day of early voting took place Tuesday and continues today and runs up until November 1st, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at the election building here in Wayne County, located at 306 East Pine Street in Jesup. Record number of voters on day one. The day one total 927 people in Wayne County voted. There are 2 Saturdays during the early voting period. Those dates are this Saturday, October 19th, and next Saturday, October the 26th. The times on Saturday are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Locally, we have a contested county commission seat in District 5, 2 candidates on the ballot, Princess Dow and Randy Franks. Princess Dow appeared on Tuesday's Butch and Bob show, and Randy Franks is set to join us tomorrow on the world-famous Butch and Bob show, both seeking that District 5 seat currently held by Jamie Hickox, who opted not to seek re-election. Once again, early voting today from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, the location, 306 East Pine Street, the election building in the city of Jesup. Early voting set a record in the state of Georgia as well, as over 100,000 registered voters voted in day one in the state of Georgia. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says despite being under lots of scrutiny after the 2020 election, that Peach State voters should have full confidence in the Georgia voting system. He says, quote, "The state of Georgia has the cleanest voter list in the entire country. We do rigorous testing of the equipment. We do it during the election also, and then we are going to do additional audits," end quote. Raffensperger says those audits will look directly at the ballots, not just the data supplied by computers, limiting the risk of any incorrect votes. Once again, a record turnout here in Wayne County on day one, record in state of Georgia, again, as Georgia is one of the swing states in that presidential race. City of Jesup commissioners met last night. We'll come back, take a look at that right after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, the Jesup City Council held its regular monthly meeting Tuesday night at City Hall. City Manager Nick Ellis states that all that debris from the storm Helene will soon be picked up and disposed by the city. Ellis says that process is going to take about 90 days. He says they're going to go from neighborhood to neighborhood using city employees who will be paid overtime and work Saturdays, but no Sunday cleanup. Ellis explained to the commission that all this cleanup process has to be documented in order for the city of Jesup to be reimbursed for the cleanup from FEMA. Once again, City Manager Ellis says that people will soon see city workers coming by and picking up all that debris that sits out on the side of the road. City Manager Nick Ellis also says the city received numerous nominations for Grand Marshal for the Christmas Parade, and that the announcement on who the Grand Marshals will be made in several days. The parade set for downtown Jesup on Friday, December the 6th. In items on the agenda, Police Chief Chris Hamilton, along with Steve Hampton with a flock camera system from Atlanta on hand, presenting information to the council, as the chief feels that this new camera system will be much better than the city's current system for the downtown area. Cameras are $3,000 a piece, and the chief is looking for the city to purchase 4 of those cameras. There's also an installation fee. Again, all this was information to the council for consideration at a later meeting. Hampton had a video of the camera used, says they are PTZ cameras, which stand for pan, tilt, and zoom, and are connected with a wide network of other law enforcement agencies. Again, no decision made on Tuesday. City Engineer Bill Schuman and Chris Stovall with Thomas and Hutton on hand, getting approval from the council to redraw some plans on the East Jesup Sewer project and rebid the project. At first, this bid came in at $22.3 million. Since then, the city's been looking for ways to cut the cost. Thompson Hutton representative believed the new bid will come in around $10.9 million, but this does not include the industrial park part of the project. Commissioner Tim Caulfield stated Tuesday, quote, "The City Commission is not responsible for economic development. We're responsible to provide water and sewer to the citizens of Jesup," end quote. Caulfield says he's against borrowing any money for the project. He says they received a grant and that should pay for the project. Mayor Ralph Hickok says they can at least get a bid, including the industrial park, and see what the new figure will be. The mayor says the city's done a lot of work, and he's pleased that they've gone from $22.3 million to down around $10.9 million for the East Jesup Store project. Once again, the commissioners voted unanimously to rebid the project, receive the new bids. The time frame to receive the new bids around February of 2025. City Engineer Bill Schuman gave an update on the Amtrak station project, says the city won't see any construction on that project until next summer. He says Amtrak is running into problems with CSX. No surprise there, he said. Amtrak wants more signage and is looking to make it accessible to everyone. He says until Amtrak and CSX get on the same page, then the city won't see any construction on that project until next summer. Finally, under items with commissioners, all the commissioners thank the work of the city fire department and the firemen who responded to the fire. Commissioner Tim Caulfield says it's the first time since the downtown fire in Jesup that every firefighter available responded to a fire. All the commissioners again wanted to say simply thank you to all who responded to last Friday's fire at the mill. And that's a look at your Tuesday's city council meeting. The county commissioners are set to meet this Thursday. Again, that meeting's rescheduled due to some commissioners out of town and others not able to attend. So they would not have had a quorum on Monday, so it's pushed to Thursday. Again, on the agenda under old business, Director Lamar Eccles on hand to consider and approve update on pickleball courts. That was tabled from their August 22nd meeting. Also on the agenda under old business, consider and approve that third attorney position at the DA's office. Under new business, Bill Schuman, engineer, consider and approve the TIA project contract. Brandon Purcell, their engineer, to consider and approve bids for Linden Drive and Bluff Road, and consider and approve bids for J.C. Hamilton Road. Consider and approve resolution authorizing the filing of an application with the Department of Transportation for Wayne County Transit. The fire chief Jared Huffman and the E911 supervisor Amy Robertson on the agenda to consider and approve radio towers. Patrick Parson, EMS director, consider and approve EMS generator. Also on the agenda, consider and approve resolution requesting financial audit for accounts from the DA's office. Consider approve title plan for Wayne County Transit, and consider approve resolution for the Altamont Leisure Service Authority to apply for a grant. Kyle Jones, building inspector, on the agenda. Consider approve building permit fee schedule. A couple of board appointments, items with the administrator, items with the county clerk, items with the commissioners. Again, all this set for tomorrow night, Thursday, 6 p.m. at the county commissioners meeting room. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news. This is Wayne County's homecoming week, and the homecoming parade is going to take place in downtown Jesup this Thursday at 5 p.m. Same route as last year. They'll line up at the Bay Street near the fire station, proceed east on Bay Street, north on First Street, east on Cherry, and south on West Broad to Orange Street. Parade will feature the floats, the high school marching band, the homecoming contestants and their escorts, and then Friday night during the halftime of the home football game against BC, the Queen and her court will be crowned. Here are the contestants in the homecoming court: April Beasley, escorted by Nicholas Thomas; Larson Chan, escorted by Tate Altman; Maya Frazier, escorted by Jordan Jones; Vanna Lamb, escorted by Haddon Mixon; Jada Dent, escorted by Gavin Orvin; Cadence McIntyre, escorted by Landon McReady; Adeline O'Neill, escorted by Logan Scarborough; Addie Williams, escorted by Rowan Blanton; Brinsley Williamson, escorted by Jackson Kruger; Cadence Sellers, escorted by Joshua Eby; Satavia Wingard, escorted by Amir Spears; Gracie Velosin, escorted by JoJo Long; Aria Woodcock, escorted by Isaiah Lee; Tristan John, escorted by Bo Smith; Zaria Wright, escorted by Reggie Jones. Once again, the parade tomorrow at 5 p.m. in downtown Jesup. The homecoming game Friday night at 7:30 at JC Stadium. Community-wide blood drive set for this coming Monday, October 21st from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. Yes, you please visit the redcrossblood.org website, enter Jesup to schedule an appointment. The state walk-ins will be welcome. Annual pinking of the City of Jesup Fountain is scheduled for Tuesday, October 22nd at 12 noon. Program will begin inside the Jesup Depot Community Room with refreshments. Mayor Ralph Hickok will provide the welcome, followed by remarks from the two guest speakers, breast cancer survivors Deborah Wynn and Angie Sturgill. Dr. Matthew Dixon, radiologist at Wayne Memorial, will provide the closing. Crowd will then gather outside by the fountain for a group picture and pinking of the fountain. Public's invited to attend and encouraged to wear pink. Once again, the date Tuesday, October 22nd at 12 noon. Wayne County Board of Tourism has two big events this month. The first is October 19th from 10 to 4 at the Jesup Train Day Festival at the Arch, set for Jesup Train Depot area in downtown Jesup. This family-friendly event celebrates the rich history of trains in our community with a variety of activities including model trains, local train history displays in the depot community room, a children's play area in the depot parking lot, and a trackless train ride around the depot area. Added this year will be a children's story time with Ed and Ruth Williamson at 10:30 and Ask Andy the Engineer questions at 1:30. Train watchers can view the train traffic from any of the 3 railfan platforms found in the depot area as well. Again, they state vendor space available for this event at no charge. If you're interested, contact the Tourism Board office at 912-427-3233. The Big Buck Jamboree begins October 19th. It runs for 9 days up until October 27th. Hunters can hunt in Wayne County or any county that borders Wayne County. Registration $50 available online or at the Tourism Board office. There's a $5,000 guaranteed payout for first place, with the remainder of the payouts based on the number of entries. Prizes and winners will be announced on November 2nd at the Big Buck Banquet, which will be held under the chandelier at 6:30 p.m. that evening. For banquet tickets, table sponsorships, or general information about the event, simply contact the Tourism Board office. Once again, that number 912-427-3233. Their website, www.waynetourism.com. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.